We have a major influx of illegal aliens that are pounding on our southern border of the United States and the southern border of Texas. You know, we've got scenes like the one you have behind me where people are coming through, crawling through after they've crossed the Rio Grande River, and then making their way all the way to places like San Antonio, where we did a broadcast this morning from the center that's there. We also went to San Antonio International Airport, and we saw where people that had just come in were there at San Antonio International Airport, and they were being transported by plane to other parts of the country. So we know that there is a surge that's happening, but nobody really understands what the surge looks like. When we're talking about 7,000 people coming across, or in the case of El Paso, they're expecting almost 40,000 people to cross in one evening. We have a crisis on our hands, and we have to fix this crisis, because if not, these people could be sleeping on your front yard. You know, at the location in San Antonio where we were this morning, as you drove in the area next to it, you had people sleeping, defecating, kids playing around, people, you know, laying in people's yards, all kinds of things right there. And this is, you know, one of the top 10 cities in the United States of America. So if you're, you know, in Ohio or Illinois or in Nebraska, you know, if you think that this is not coming to a doorstep near you, you are absolutely wrong. And that's why we want to make sure that we're bringing you information hot off the presses. We've got a lot of things that we're going to be unpacking. So follow me on all social media platforms, and also on Americanic TV. You can join there and be supportive and actually have a great experience. But when we look at these things, you know, you've got these cattails, and people don't realize. I mean, think about it. I mean, can you see me? And I'm right here. So this is some of the things that we have to be looking out for. And, you know, this is a ravine behind me. So these individuals, they have an opportunity and ability, just with the terrain, to blend in, to move in many places. And I can tell you, on past experiences, you know, we found first-class airplane tickets from places like Africa, on the southern border, coming from Mexico. So why would somebody fly first class, by the way, into southern Mexico to sneak into the United States of America if they could afford a first-class ticket? Clearly, it's because they're on a list, and they're not going to be able to make it through everything you have to do at the airport to come in. So we just want to drop a quick video real quick here in South Texas, showing you what's going on. There are people that are coming through. They're sneaking in places just like this and following the terrain to get from point A to point B until they have either their trafficker or family member or someone pick them up to then take them to the next destination. So again, we just wanted you to see just how easy it is to blend in, how easy it is, how thick some of the terrain is. And when you see it, it's kind of hard to believe, but it really is something that's important. We need to have a solution. I found one, like I told you guys before. Fill the Rio Grande River up, make it navigable. Nobody crosses the Rio Grande River when it's even got 6 or 12 inches more water than it currently has. So there are some treaties that need to be enforced on our southern border. We can talk more about that later. But again, before it got dark, we traveled to a place in South Texas, and we wanted you guys just to kind of see what the terrain is that they're coming up through. And there's lots of open fields. You know, there are brush areas with cactus and things like that. A lot of times what they'll do is they'll actually follow the railroad tracks. You know, people have heard about the Beast, the big train that comes up from Honduras, and you'll see, Google it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And you'll see all these people that are just riding on top of this train all the way to different destinations. We have 15,000 18-wheelers a day that cross at the Rio Grande River and in Laredo in one location. That's why San Antonio, Houston, Uvalde, That's why those are the human trafficking capitals of the United States, and in some cases, yes, we know the world. But with people like you being vigilant, we can make sure that we are, number one, if you see something, say something. Number two, if you are involved or you know something, call law enforcement. I would say call your sheriff. Don't necessarily call ICE, because ICE is going to say they're overwhelmed. Call your sheriff, especially their constitutional sheriff, and let them know what's going on, and then move forward from there. There's a lot of things we'll talk about on the national level, either tonight or in the morning, but follow me on all my social media platforms. Follow me on Spotify to hear my podcast, to have some more in-depth information, and then also on AmericanicTV.com. So God bless you guys. God bless Texas. Pray for the people that live down here like we do on our southern border, because it is absolutely about to get wild. Thank you so much. Good night.